What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Thai Life. My name is Min. I'm a nail tech, a full-time dad, and I just love posting YouTube video about myself doing nails and events that I do with my family. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just go ahead and press the subscription button and you get to see all my fun short videos and things that I do in my life. But other than that, today we are gonna go in with this normal beautiful set of nails with some rosebud acrylic on it. This client right here, she's only 14 years old and she's gonna come in and she wants some really long nails. She technically didn't want anything cut down on the tips. But the main thing is that as I'm examining her nails, you guys notice her nails are very short. She doesn't have a very strong long nail base. And if she wants them really long, I have to figure out how I can build a good foundation for her. So the best way is really going in and cleaning her cuticles. By cleaning her cuticles, you're going to create a little bit more of a nail base so that your acrylic can put it down together. And that's what you want when you are creating long nails. If you guys are doing long nail, you gotta think about the good foundation, like how we can get that nail to last, because when the longer the nails, easier to break if the client does not know how to function. Especially, you got to understand, these girls, they are young, they're going to be in school, they're going to be in sports, they're going to be doing PE, and you got to think about how you can make that nail last according to their lifestyle. And that's really what's going to make you become a good nail tech, and that's going to make the clients appreciate things that you do for them. Other than that, I'm just gonna clean the cuticles and I'm just gonna go ahead and nip it. I push it back. I don't need any cuticle softener because my nipper is pretty sharp and I can pretty much cut around it. I'm not gonna give it a close cleanup because we want to keep it just a nice, creating a nice space. We don't want to make it like too sharp where it's gonna get her to be bleeding and all that. We don't need to go there, y'all. We trying to make her feel comfortable throughout this whole process as a nail tech, because you don't want to haunt them. You don't want to make them feel nervous. That's how you're going to build your clientele. You're going to connect with them. You're going to show them your love, and you're going to show them your way of giving them the number one service as a nail tech. So I'm going to go in with the regular preparation now. I'm going to go in with the paper sander, and I'm going to go ahead and sand out her nails. This part right here, you guys do not want to make it fast. Okay, I usually go kind of slow. The blade is kind of spinning a little bit, but I'm kind of tap tap let go, tap tap let go, because anything that you are filing on the natural nail surface, first, you don't want to thin it out too much. Second, you don't want to give her the burn. And third, you want to make sure that you are cleaning perfectly around the nail. I see a lot of people doing this part right here and they still leave some shines on the natural nails. You cannot do that. This part right here, you have to really get every single spot on the nail nice and white. Okay, y'all? And if y'all don't know how to hold the drill bits, just look at how I'm holding it. Her hand is resting on my hand and I'm just maneuvering her finger left to right. That's how easy it is, y'all. Okay? Just see how I do and y'all copycat that, and I guarantee y'all gonna be good at using the electric file. Okay? But just gotta understand the speed and the texture of the nail that you're dealing with. Okay? You cannot go ham on every single client, y'all. You cannot go ham. You just can't. Alright? So now I'm gonna apply the tips. These tips right here, y'all, these are some really nice pre-shaped ballerina. But look, if y'all don't know what the difference between ballerina and coffin, ballerina is very narrow compared to coffin. But why am I using this? Is because once you apply the acrylic on, because of the thickness of the acrylic, it's going to create into a coffin shape. Okay, and what I love about these tips too, y'all, is that once you cut them down, it becomes kind of like a taper square. So it really fits the style, the client's nail perfectly, and you don't have to shape too much. But you got to wait until I get into the videos and I tell you why you don't have to shape too much. Okay, but you still have to shape though. Even though you are using a pre-shaped tips, you still have to shape, okay? Because the tips it's gonna do its job, but once you apply the acrylic on, you gotta do your job to form that shape back to where it was. You feel me? Okay, so when you guys are applying these straight tips, okay, my best advice for you is just don't fucked up. And what I mean by that is that these straight tips, they're very scary, y'all. If the client slightly have like a shift finger and you just do not have that control when you glue down the tips, and just one slight change, you can see that tip really curve. Okay, and the only way to fix that problem is you can add more acrylic on one side that is shifting more, or you just pop the tip off and glue a brand new tip on. Okay, so you make that decision yourself. So what I usually do is, you guys can see, I kind of measure the tips. I gotta make sure that the tips is nice and perfectly side to side, y'all. You can't pick a tip that's bigger than the finger. I mean, that's ridiculous, y'all. Like, that's common sense, okay? And on top of that, you can't pick a tip that is smaller than the damn finger. Like, y'all gotta have that kind of common sense, y'all. Okay? Look, just measure that shit nice and perfectly, okay? Side to side, the tip just lay perfectly on the cuticle side, okay? Once you measure the tips, this is how I'm going to make it nice and straight, y'all. I'm going to bring that tip to the thumb, to the knuckle, and I'm going to roll it down, okay? That's just to keep it nice and straight, okay? And if the clients have a crooked finger, you have to let them know that you're going to try to shift that. Because some clients, they don't believe that they have a crooked finger, y'all. And that's where it gets all fucked up. Because they're going to blame you for making their finger crooked. And then you're going to tell them that's your finger. And we don't want to go down to that kind of jokes. You know what I mean? So anyways, as you guys can see, I didn't do shit about cutting her nails down. But look, I'm doing that right now. But I'm just cutting down the numbers. That's how long this client wants her nails to be, y'all. So now you got to come with an execution plan. You got the tips now, okay? I just want to let y'all know something. When you guys are applying the tips, you know the tips has a thickness, right? Y'all got to go back in with the electric file, with the paper sander, and you got to file the edge of the tips. That's all I got to say. You got to file the edge of the tips. You got to make it where it's kind of smooth to the surface of the nail, so that when you apply the acrylic on, it doesn't have any type of hump. It just lay it nice and smoothly. The smoother your surface, but of course, y'all got to be careful with this though, because you don't want to do too hard, and next thing you know, you shave off the whole plastic tip that you just glue on. And next thing you know, you got a gap between the corner and all that. And I tell you what, a lot of nail tech probably done that. I probably done it too. That's why I'm speaking from experience. Okay, I'm only here to share you my experience. Like, everything I'm telling y'all right now is real. I ain't here to lie, because why would I lie for? Got no benefit out of that. But my point is, you gotta make that smooth, okay? So, once I get it smooth, I'm gonna go ahead and prep, go in with the dehydrator and all that. If y'all don't know what the dehydrator is, okay? A dehydrator is pretty much is a mixture of some alcohol, some acetone, and the one that I use is by Young Nails, right? And I just go in with the lint-free pad. You gotta get a lint-free pad, okay? And you just kind of rub it. You see how I'm rubbing on that fingers? You just kind of rub it, and it doesn't catch on any lint, because that's why it's called lint-free. You know what I mean? And what you want to do is, and by the way, you can get all of this stuff that I'm using in the link in my description. Like, I have a website in the description, yo. You just click on the shop and it'll take you all that. But the protein bond is the primer that I'm using. That's what I'm using right now. I go in 2 coats of the protein bond, okay? I have used a lot of primer in my life, and I tell you what, the protein bond, after you go in with the dehydrator and you go in with the protein bond, my God, the nail does not lift, y'all. I have clients that comes for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Sometimes they don't even get full sets. A lot of my clients don't get full sets. They just get fills, and throughout the year they only get like what, maybe 3 sets of nails, but once they get the second set of nails, majority of the time it's their natural nail on the bottom, y'all. They got an overlay already, so that's what it is. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start the application, and this is where it gets a little bit intense, y'all. Let me tell you why. So the powder that I'm using is Rosebud by Young Nail, and the monomers that I'm using is also an Young Nail monomer is EMA. Okay, I don't use MMA. That's a very bad product that you don't want to touch. And the reason why I use this monomer is because it has a really good consistent. I just like the fact that it gives you time to move the acrylic. It holds the acrylic together very well, and it really helped with the lifting also. So that's why I use that monomer. And this rosebud right here that I use is a good color. I think this color is a very good for a base. I use this color as a base a lot due to the fact that, you know, I have a lot of clients that always change it up. But man, when you start out with this beautiful nude right here, it has a little shimmer touch to it. It's really nice. It's actually really nice, and a lot of my clients really like it. So as I am doing the application, right, look, it is long nails. I don't care how many beat I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to focus on is the surface to be smooth, okay? Once I have a smooth surface, because when you lay the first bead onto a long nail with these pre-shaped ballerina tips, you're going to see a dent. Like, you're going to see the acrylic dent from the tips, okay? So the first thing I'm going to focus on is building the platform. The foundation got to be smooth. So when I do long nails, y'all, I like to start from the tips. I don't like to start from the cuticles, because my theory is that every time you guys do multiple bead, you got to start from the tip and work your way up to the cuticles. I see some people, they start from the cuticles, and then what they do, they're gonna brush it down, and then as they brushing it down, they're not building a strong foundation towards the tip. So what I like to do is I like to build my way up. So I start from the tips, I lay a nice foundation, because what's nice is that as I'm laying going up, it's like I'm just adding more acrylic to the empty spot. And when I do that, it catches on to the powder, it catches on to the bead, okay? And that is why going from the tips all the way to the cuticle works. If you start from the cuticle and you keep brushing it down, you're wasting a lot of acrylic, you're wasting a lot of monomers, and sometimes if you brush too hard, a lot of the powder is just gonna keep falling down. But if you start building from the tips and you work your way up, it's like each time you drop a bead, the bead just land into the gap, and then you keep going up. I tell you what, that's gonna save y'all a lot of time. And what I just told y'all is definitely from life experience, okay? I don't know how y'all feel, but I see a lot of people, you know, they start out the nail career and they just focus on what people do. Like, oh, I see people do 2-ball method, 3-beat method, 1-beat method. You know what? There's really no how many beat you're gonna do. What matter is your execution at the end, okay? It's not how you start, it's how you gonna finish. And if your finished product is mind-blowing, then you did your job. You know what I mean? And really, does it really matter when it comes to speed? Of course it does. Because speed is, they say time is money, and if you ain't got the speed, you ain't gonna get the money. You know what I mean? But does that mean you have to rush? No, it's not. But you have to know what you're worth. For example, you go and you take 4 hours and you charge them what, 120, but a person that can do what you do spend only 2 hours and they make 120. So does that really make time matters? Okay, but your work gotta speak to what you're worth. Okay, everybody talking about know your worth in the nail game, but nobody delivered the works that comes with the worth. You know what I mean? What you worth is what you're going to deliver. Like, you better deliver that product nicely. You better make sure the client is having a wow factor after you're done. You know what I mean? So I just want to let y'all know that, like, that's just me speaking the truth, letting y'all know how I really feel about this industry. And if y'all really deep into the game, y'all would understand what I just speak out. You know what I mean? So as you guys see how I'm just applying this, I'm just gonna take my time, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna continue brushing, talking to the client, connecting with them, because I know when I'm doing long nail, it's gonna take me some time, because I gotta build an apex. I gotta build a strong foundation, you know? And the goal is I want to keep it clean throughout this process. Okay? I don't want to make a mess. So as I am working, my goal is to stay as organized as possible. So that's why as you guys are looking at my table, all you see is the paper, the monomers, the client's hand, because that's how it should be, y'all. Okay? That's how it should be. Okay? I see so many nail tech. When they start working, they are a hot goddamn mess, man. Okay, I see they got their jars everywhere. They're just, y'all gotta stay organized if y'all want to save time. Okay, and that's important, y'all. A lot of people always ask me like, "Oh, what can I do to make my process faster?" Well, the number one thing is you gotta practice. Okay, practice makes perfect. And any design that's new and that's trending, you better be good at that design and practice. Okay, but when it comes to design, that will take you time. But there are things that you can cut down when it comes to cutting time, like how fast you can use the e-file, how fast you can file the shape, how you prep. The prepping always take me 30 minutes, y'all. The application takes me around 10-15 minutes. Shaping the nail take me another 5-7 minutes. And then using the e-file maybe like what, 5 to 7 minutes. I finish a whole set, takes me around 55 to an hour. I give myself 30 minutes to do any type of design on top of that. But the best part is that if they do encapsulation, yo, that's the best money right there, because you can charge them good and you can finish and do the design in the middle of the process, and you just got to finish it up with a top coat. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to share that with y'all, how y'all can save speed, you know what I mean? Because that's important, you know? But don't let what you see fool you, meaning just work in your comfort zone. Meaning if you feel like this is how you apply the acrylic and it works for you, stick with that. There's no right or wrong. This is an art. Okay? So as y'all see, I finished applying her acrylic, y'all. It took me a while on this one because it was long, but look how clean it looked. Throughout the whole process, y'all did not see any mess. You know, I try to keep all of the acrylic around her cuticle perfectly. And y'all can see the apex from there, you know what I mean? And you see how I just clean my station? Because that's how you be efficient, okay? This, they don't teach you at school, y'all. I guarantee you whatever I am telling you right now, if you're still listening, they don't teach you this in school. Hell no. In school, they just want to get you in and out, get your license, and sink with the sharks. Swim with the sharks. You know what I mean? Swim with the sharks. But you're going to sink with that too. But I'm here to help you float. So I'm going to go with the shape, y'all. As you guys can see, even though I am using a pre-shaped ballerina, but I'm still got a shape, because the thing is, once you apply the acrylic on, it's going to get thick. But I tell you what, this is the trick. It's going to get thick between the side cuticles of the nails. Okay? And I tell you what, a lot of y'all gonna make a mistake by filing the side too much, and it end up cutting the clients, burning the client. So you guys see how I'm holding her finger, y'all. You see, as I'm holding her finger, I am pressuring down her finger. I'm not holding it gently. Why am I not holding it gently? Because it vibrates. If y'all get your nails done and y'all ever got your nail filed and that person's not holding the finger tight, it vibrates the nails, it irritates, it's nerve-wracking, and I don't want to do that to my clients. So I'm going to hold it tight. As I'm using my thumb and my middle finger, you know, I'm holding down her side cuticle skin. I do that so that when I am filing the side of her nails, I'm not giving her a cut, okay? And as I am filing the top of her tips, I gotta make sure that I am holding it nice and straight, okay? Am I being rough? I'm actually being very gentle. All my clients say I'm very gentle because it's really not how you hold the client's hand, but it's really the technique of how you position your hand with the client. You know what I mean? That is very important because this part right here, you can only do so much. And that's where the electric file comes in, y'all. Because the side, sometimes you ever like file so much on the side, but it just look curvy. It doesn't look straight. See, my friend, that's where you got to be good at the electric file. That's where the next game comes in. That's why every single process in the nails is a craft of art, y'all. It's not something y'all just practice and then one day you wake up, you perfect. No, every day is a challenge because you're going to be dealing with different fingers. You're not going to be dealing with the same fingers day in and day out. It's going to be different challenge, different design. Got to be ready to work outside your comfort zone every single day. You know what I mean? Got to be ready to take in the walk-in. I see so many nail tech afraid taking walk-in. Y'all so comfortable with your own clients, so y'all just comfortable making the same dough of money. You know what I mean? Got to be comfortable taking in new clients. So after I shape, y'all see how clean it looks? But to me, it's not clean enough because if I look closely, the cuticle's still kind of thick. It's not, got to be flush into the skin so that it's just perfect. So here you go. Oh, my bad, yo. Look at my hair. It's all in the way and everything. My bad. That's when you know I'm focusing and all that. Oh, shoot. Look at that. Okay, never mind. My bad, my bad. But anyways, as I am using the file, y'all, there goes the goddamn hair. I apologize about that, y'all. But I'm just focusing on the cuticles, I'm just focusing on like just getting that nice straight line. You see how straight it is? So you see how I'm like focusing on just on the cuticle on the side, and look how I'm positioning my ring finger and my pinky together, y'all. Just look at it. The reason why y'all see my hair because I'm trying to look over at the cuticles. Like when I'm doing the filing or the application, I don't have to look really that close to a cuticle. But maybe my eyes are getting bad. I might have to go get a check. But I'm just focused on the cuticles, and you don't really have to do much if your surface is smooth, y'all. You don't. Like if your surface is super smooth, you just have to really focus on the cuticle lines and creating a nice straight side shape of the fingernails, y'all. A lot of people get really nervous of this, but I tell you what, the speed that I am using, it's like maximum speed. Like I don't care what drill I am using, I always max it out. I am so used to just using the drill so fast. It's because I feel like the faster the drill, the smoother it is. You know what I mean? I want that smooth surface. I want that touch. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that, because I don't know, that's just the way I am. And the thing is, I never hurt anybody because I just control that so well. And if you guys struggle using the electric file, like just look at how I'm holding her hand. Really, this tutorial right here, y'all, like it really shows how everything is I did on this client's hand. It's going to help you guys out so much. Like you guys don't understand. Everything that I am doing right now is all technique, y'all. Just the way I'm holding her hand, the way I'm like moving it. And you see how comfortable the client's hand is? That is why it's so important that we learn techniques instead of process. You know what I mean? When I teach my class, I always tell them, like, just focus on technique. The process, you're going to remember the process the more you do. But if you don't get the technique down, it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? And I don't want that to be hard for y'all. You know what I mean? So check this out. After I use the e-file, I'm going to go ahead and start buffing her nails. And after I buff her nail, she wash her hand. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the French, y'all. And I tell you what, let me show you how I do a good French and very fast. First, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just go ahead and create the smiling face, okay? And you got to do the French accordingly to the length of the nails. If you guys don't know what that really means, it's like every single length of the nail has a different kind of French. Like some French has a deeper slope, some French don't have a deeper slope, and the shorter the nail, the slope doesn't really get that deep, okay? But according to this nail that we're looking at, I want to make it kind of deep, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it in. So you see how fast I did that by just painting in her nail? Of course, it's not perfect because it's really sloppy. But here's what the trick. I have a little brush that I'm going to go in. And again, I apologize about my hair, y'all. Jesus Christ. But you see, I'm just going to go ahead and go in. And I'm going to just straight out the line, y'all. Like, I'm going to just connecting the dot. Okay? I tell you what. There are so many methods of how to do a French, and I see on TikTok, Instagram, but look, this helps me save me so much time, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, this right here is a game changer method, y'all. Okay? And so far, if you really like loving exactly what you're hearing and you find this video very helpful, give it a thumbs up so that other people can really listen to this videos, y'all. And I want to say, like, thank you for your support. Like, I try to keep up. I'm so busy. I'm a full-time dad. I take care of my house, my family, taking care of my kids' activities, and I try to post as much as I can. But if I don't post my long videos, I post my short videos. So you guys going to always stay tuned in to everything that I do in this industry and with my life, But back to this French, I just want to show you guys my appreciation. Sorry for getting off track and all that. But trust me, when you guys are doing this French, just color it in and it just connect the dot, y'all. And that's how you get that nice sharp French, okay? And just do it accordingly to the length that you're giving, This right here at the end, I was loving it, y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I was really digging it because I spent so much time just crafting this set and, just building the acrylic. And look at the thumb. Like, look at the thumb right now. Look at that little slight apex. Like, how the cuticle goes up and then it just has that nice hump. That is how the application, the foundation, and my goal is that I want this nail to last at least a month. You know what I mean? That's just my goal. Like, everything I do, I want to think long term. I want that clients to have really good, beautiful nails. I want that clients to always have compliments. I want that clients to always think of me when every time she gets a compliment on her nails. I mean, that is how you are going to get that clients to come back to you. That is how that client is going to refer you to another client. That is how you're going to keep yourself in float with the business when you become a nail tech. Trust me, y'all. Like, I can't emphasize how important that I just say everything to help you guys out. And look at that. Look how beautiful that set of nails look. She was loving it, y'all. And I know from the bottom of my heart, y'all can do the same thing. And if y'all love what y'all heard, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I definitely will see y'all on my next video. Thank you so much. Have a good night and good day.